Boom, and there we are live. So, guys, y'all already know how it works. Y'all not no rookies to this. So, I'm gonna do my little intro, and then come back around and let you guys do your own little intro. So, like I say, hello everyone out there. I'm welcome to Wizzo Talk. I appreciate y'all tapping in, whether you catching the live or you catching the replay. We appreciate it 100%. And if you happen to be watching this on Facebook, go and follow your boy Paul Wizzo, cause you never know what you're gonna get. So, all righty, and I'm gonna add a little bit more to that, and just say if you'd like to be a guest on the show, please send me a carrier pigeon, smoke signal, whatever you got to do to get me the message, and we'll get you on Wizzo Talking. Don't worry about a topic, because I have plenty of topics for you. Make sure you hit that notification bell. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, the link is in the description. I also posted in the chat right here, or strolling right across the bottom of the screen. So once you hit that notification bell, and you'll be locked in and you get all the notifications whenever we decide to go live. And just remember, it's absolutely free, 100% free to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate your support in that matter. And with that being said, we're going to meet our guests, and then we're going to get ready to get this thing popping. So, Rico, what you got?
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's me back once again. It's Rico from the podcast, 3 Sides to Every Story. Look us up on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. The number 3 Sides to Every Story.
3 sides to every story. Y'all look him on up, check him on out, see what's going on. Big Poke Dog, what you got? Oh, well, we Big Poke today, my bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's Big Poke, Big Pokey, Big Poke Dog. It's one of them any day of the week. Appreciate you having me back on, Wizzo. I love kicking it with you. The fellas you bring on always got good opinions, steel sharpening steel, so I love being here. It's one of my favorite things. As you know, I am a person that loves words. I did bring one for us today. It's called, the word of the day is jingoism. Yeah, jingoism. That's Jingoism. Jingoism. What it means is excessive patriotism or nationalism, especially when marked by extreme or hostile foreign policies. Today I chose that word because I feel like with the political stances or the political culture and atmosphere that we've got going, it's a very appropriate word of the day, especially with the Charlie Kirk incident and the repercussions of all of that that's followed up.
Okay. Well, appreciate you sharing that word of the day. We have to get back with you. I know you always putting out a word of the day, and whenever I'm strolling through Facebook and I see it, I always try to share it because so everyone else can kind of check out the word of the day and look it up and check out the definition of it. So appreciate that. Oh, yeah. All right, Mr. Chris, what you got on that intro?
I'm just Chris. Rice 320 is my that's my YouTube channel, and if you're from the town, you might know me by Sticks. Yeah, word of the day. I like that word of the day. I got a word of the day too. It's
all right, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I got one thing I'm gonna read, and then we're gonna go off into our little topic. But what I like to say, whether you watching it now or you catching the replay, Barbershop Talk is just like when the guys get in the barbershop, they just sit back. When you sit in that chair, you have no idea what that barber is going to talk to you about. Everyone on the panel here usually bring up a topic because Wizzo Talk is not all about me. I like for them to have their own topic and have their own expression. So we're just going to talk about it, voice our own opinion, use our free speech. It may piss some people off. It may not piss some people off, but hey, it's all right. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to read this here, and then we're going to get on off into what we got going on. We have 2 other people that will probably be joining us a little bit later on. But for those of you that's watching, if you like to post some comments, post them in the chat, and I'll share them on the screen for our guys to read. So here we go. Let me read this. Wizzo Talk is a unedited, unscripted podcast designated for mature audience. If you aren't comfortable with explicit language or direct conversation, this may not be the space for you. We speak openly here without holding back. Don't let strong, explicit words distract you from the powerful message being shared. And a couple of people motivated me to start saying that a little bit because, like my fiance, she don't like it when I'm on here when I'm saying dick, fuck, and pussy or shit like that. Now, the thing about that is I use those words, but some words you'll never hear me say unless I'm using it to describe something or whatever. I don't say nigger, and I don't call women bitches and hoes. So that right there, you will not hear coming from me. But I will say dick, and she hates the phrase when I say somebody sucking somebody dick from the back. And usually I use that to describe Donald Trump or something like that. So anyway, so now kind of just read that off a little bit to let you know, hey, we talking open here. We talking free. So that's just how it goes. So for those of you that's watching, I appreciate y'all. So guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get off into my first little talking point, and I'm just gonna ask you guys, do we really have freedom of speech? Now, this wasn't my talking point that I was gonna bring up, but something made me hit and go on and say that due to this Charlie guy or whatever. Now I asked you, we have freedom of speech. I've never heard of this Charlie guy, never seen anything from him about him until recently or whatever. So when I watched some of his videos, I wasn't offended by him or whatever to a certain extent. I mean, because he can say whatever he want to say. It's freedom of speech. So we're supposed to have that right. And I'm finding out that we really don't have that right because people are losing their jobs behind the comments that they've made behind this guy. But so it seems like, and it's mostly some of the, I say the MAGA people or whatever, they're saying, you got freedom of speech until it offends us. Then after it offends us, then you don't have no freedom of speech no more. So I'm just gonna ask you guys, I mean, do we have freedom of speech? Or is that just a figure of speech? And anyone can jump on and let's start with Big Pokey. What's up?
For sure. So the short answer is no, because the freedom of speech we're talking about would be free of consequences. That would be the freedom of speech that we were referring to. And in America, that's a big old no. You do not. There is no freedom of consequences for speaking freely, which is why people are getting losing their jobs or getting canceled, as the catchphrase is.
Right.
People are losing friends and being told, by their families, being disowned and things of that nature because of their opinion. Now, if we really and truly had and practiced freedom of speech, then a person like Charlie Kirk, whether you found it offensive or not, would still be able to be the grifter that he was and just do it the American way, making money off of playing on people's emotions. More than anything, it's not that the freedom of speech isn't an idea that we don't have. It's just without consequences is missing.
Okay. I've heard one of the other guys say, and I'm gonna come to you, Rico. In the past, say, yeah, we have freedom of speech if you can handle the repercussions of it or whatever, or something like that. One of the guys said a while back, and another one said something I can't think of what it was, but he was in relating to freedom of speech. But Rico, what's up?
Big Pokey, he hit the nail on the head. We, as people under this administration, most people don't have freedom of speech to say what they want. And as people that look like us, we have even less, not just in the political ways. Think about everyday, day-to-day life. If we say something to the police and you don't know your rights, which the average everyday Black person most of the time don't, they want to arrest you for anything you say to the police. And in today's climate, you're not only losing your job, people like us, if y'all been, I don't know if y'all been watching, and this was something I was gonna talk about later, but in Mississippi and all these things is going around this country since that guy got killed, they hang in Negroes every single day. It's not on the news for saying things they catch. Yeah, and mainly in Mississippi. All of that's been going on right now, but they won't cover it on the mainstream news. But we don't have freedom of speech. We can sit and pretend like we do, just like we don't really have a democracy. It is an illusion here because democracy means governed by the people. We are not governed by the people. So if we don't have a democracy, how could we possibly have freedom of anything?
Okay. All right. That's what's up. Chris, what's up?
I think we've always had freedom of choice, which would start freedom of speech, but you're not free from consequence, even by law. Like you can't be in a crowded theater and yell "bomb." That's
Right.
against the law. But what we saw was a person, to me, was a martyr for what he believed in.
Okay.
And the guy who did it to him, I don't think it really had much to do with speech as I think it had to do with hate. the guy who did it to him was raised by people like him and believed like he believed. And then when it happens to him, when he says that, he's willing to sacrifice some people for his cause. He just didn't think he would be the sacrifice.
That's hilarious. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, he actually said a certain amount. He said he believed it's a good thing that a certain number of people die yearly to gun violence so that we can keep our Second Amendment. He actually
There
said
it
that.
is. He just didn't think he would be the one to take that burden. That
Well,
was his fault.
I'm gonna say this, Chris. This gotta be your crew that you brought with you, huh?
Oh yeah, I got some friends on. I'm trying to get. Let me see if I can drop your link
Yeah,
in my chat.
I know it. I can tell. So I appreciate y'all tapping in, y'all. Whenever Chris come on, he bring his whole crew with him. So I appreciate that, and they be in the comments. But I'm gonna say this: I used to think that only white people had freedom of speech until I started seeing all these people that's posting and sharing their thoughts about this guy and wind up losing their jobs and stuff like that. Then it finally hit me. I'm like, shit, they don't have freedom of speech neither. Without consequences, so it's kind of like when the comedians used to talk bad about the gays. We used to think that shit was funny as hell.
I still do.
They some of them still do, but some of them don't, because they was on Kevin Hart and a couple of other ones about, saying it and wanting them to apologize. It's a comedy show. Who gives a fuck what you say? So, but that was my deal. So I just wanted to touch base on that freedom of speech deal right there, you guys. So guys, I appreciate all y'all in the comments, and I appreciate y'all tapping in. So with that being said, let me come over here to Big Poke Dog and see what's going on. Big Poke Dog, what's up? What's on your mind? What's up in the barbershop?
Well, before I get into that, I did want to add to what you had just mentioned about the consequences for speaking freely.
Okay.
Like the control socially, I think, is very specific when it comes to what they want promoted. What you can freely speak about. Like if we decided that we wanted to teach children the joys of the rainbow community, I don't think most people would stop us from a social standpoint. Now, personally, me, you, Rico, Chris, like we might have a problem with it ourselves, but from a socially and commercially acceptable standpoint, we could have that conversation with those children. There would be people who would protect us for that. Now, on the other hand, if I start trying to say, marriage, for instance, marriage should be between a biological man and a biological woman. Now I'm talking. Now we're in the realm of hate speech. Now we're in the realm of me being a bigot. Now we're talking about, maybe I'm closeted gay, which is why I want marriage to be between a man and a woman. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
See,
can I hit the sound bar on that? That deserves shots.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing. That's where I was going with him. I was like, it depends on what you say. Like, if I had a talk show and I came on and I said 60% of white people get divorced, 80% of white people have bad skin, 90% of white people. If I did that, that would be hate speech. But if you get on there and you say, well, 60% of our violence come from black people, that's giving facts. You get what I'm saying? So that's a slippery slope on freedom of. It depends on who's running it and if they like what you say, because it's it goes along with their agenda. It coincides.
Yes. For me, in today's world, freedom of speech just basically means you have to lie. Because if you go down and you tell somebody the truth, oh Lord, and like what Pokey said and what Mr. Chris said, you say the truth, you're gonna get banned from everything. What they call it, cancel culture. You can't tell people the truth. And look at these racist white people. All they do is lie. So they prefer, they should just call it freedom to lie, because speech, yeah, one thing, but all they do is lie about everything or twist the truth in order to rev up and anger these poor dumbass white hillbillies who they know who gonna do whatever the hell they say. With the people who sitting in these news offices or in these political offices, they're not gonna get their hands dirty. But these dumbass hillbillies, they know they can say something to incite them. They can tell a lie, which is basically what it is. And I hope once these people are out of government, they go back and prosecute all of this stuff, because there's no freedoms now, especially if you look like us, whether it's freedom of speech, hell, freedom to walk down the street now. Look at what the Supreme Court just approved for the police to just stop and arrest Mexicans if they say something the wrong way, or if they got an accent, or if they look like they may not be from right, they could just get arrested, jerked off the street.
Yeah, that's called 47 controlling everything. But let me just say this on the free speech. I hear all the points you guys are making, but it wasn't written like that. I'm supposed to be able to say whatever the fuck I want to say, how I want to say it, and not have no consequences, not no repercussions, whatever. So why come I can't? Because I gotta watch.
Unless it's threatening or hate speech.
Yeah, I was about to say there's only one amendment that clearly states it should not be infringed upon, and that's number 2.
Yeah. So I have it with limits compared to number 2, right?
But you do have fighting words. Like, a lot of people don't know it's against the law for a white person to call you a nigger. If they call you that, that's fighting words.
Those are fighting words. They're inciting. Yeah, they're inciting violence doing that, which is why if you react violently to somebody saying that, you're not in the wrong in that case. Yeah, fighting words is a legal precedent.
It's considered assault.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So, all right. Well, that was my kind of deal. I just wanted to touch base. Like I say, I wouldn't. Free speech wasn't what I had in mind to talk about. But I noticed that all of the people that was getting fired and losing their jobs because they posted their comments and things they thought about Charlie Kirk or Cook or Kirk or Cook or whatever the name is. I don't know the guy, so I ain't seen no videos. Like I said, somebody might bring something up about him in this podcast. I don't know, but I will comment.
It's important to you because you, like you said, you'll tell somebody in a minute. You think this person can suck it from the back.
Yeah.
Somebody might get really mad at that. And do you think that they should be aiming at you from 200 yards away because you said you don't like this other person, or he should suck it from the back? That's where the slope gets slippery.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't like that it happened to him. It's just that now, hold on, I'm going, whoa, wait a minute. I'm kind of doing the same thing. I might say something, somebody get real mad at me. And before you know it, you know,
people can get mad at you about whatever you say.
Whatever
they want. Any little thing that you say, they can find something to get offensive about. But Rico, what were you fixing to say?
Okay. Yes, the guy Charlie Kirk, he was killed. Do I agree with that? No. People should have the right to say whatever they want without violence. But my thing about with this freedom of speech, or what the white people depict of it, is if you go around and all you spew is lies, which is what Charlie Kirk did, talk bad about minorities, black women don't have the capacity to do the things that white men can do. All he did was talk bad about us, or mainly black people, or about Spanish people, anybody other than white. He had nothing good to say about them. And for these people in office to be upset because nobody has anything that's a minority, has something good to say about a man who talked bad about your race every single day, that just makes no sense to me. So he can talk bad about people and down and belittle people while he's alive, but when he's gone, it's an issue because they don't have anything good. Like, what kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah.
All he talked about, if he get on a plane and he sees it's a black pilot, oh, it's a DEI hire. And me personally, when white people do this and they say, I can say this because freedom of speech, they're projecting. And that just simply means is They know that shit not true. Black people, Spanish people, we succeed and progress, and we are the best at anything that we do. The only people that are mad in today's world about anything are mediocre ass white men who can't compete because they're not good at anything. They just feel like shit should be given to them because they are white males. That is what all of this is about. Mediocre ass white men's rage. And they want to be paid these high ass jobs, and that you do not deserve just because your ass is white. You're a weak white male, and you are the weakest of all the men that are out there. Get over it. That's the way God intended for you to be. But anyway, back to it. This upsets me. They get mad about people saying something about this man when all he did was belittle people on a day-to-day basis. F. Charlie Kirk. I could give a damn that he's dead. His kids was there and into that. Should they have seen it? No. Right. But why should I feel bad about him? Should feel bad for him. Them same white people who crying over him, they ain't crying over these black men who got hung in the last few days. But behind this shit, right. I feel for his family. So F them damn people. I don't give a damn about his people. Them white people, none of their asses. Because if you show me a good white person, you're going to have to pull up their social media and show me where they sacrificed something for other races beside themselves in order for me to believe that they are good. Give up some of your free will, some of your equality. Then I'll tell you I found me a good white person.
Damn. Poke Dog, what's up?
So one thing I do want to mention, Charlie Kirk was a grifter. Yeah. I want to make that clear. He was a grifter. Like, he didn't believe that stuff that he was saying. He just knew it would get that money from Joe and Jane's six pack. Like that man. There's videos of him rapping word for word Tupac.
You right.
And trying to learn how to dance, trying to learn how to do the Dougie.
Right.
Yeah, like he was a grifter. Like, he played into the I guess a full-on American culture of racism, because American culture is wholly and fully based on racism. He just played into that for the money that it was worth.
Yep.
And because it is very lucrative to play the race card. On either side. On matter of fact, not on either side, on any side. If you're an Asian, you all you got to do is bring up I can't remember the bill that was brought up, but basically the Asian hate bill.
Yeah, I remember that.
And use whatever little examples. You got two knuckleheads going around that had knocked out some Asian folks playing whatever game or just being knuckleheads.
Yeah.
But that's enough to make it where there's a whole epidemic of Chinese or Asian hate. And that is what Charlie Kirk was playing on. Like the inadequacies that Rico just mentioned that a lot of white men are feeling, it's real easy to play on that.
Yep.
It's real easy to play on that. Like if you, me, Rico, or Chris decided to start actually grifting, if we started grifting, it would become lucrative.
Yep.
You would all of a sudden start getting donations. You would all of a sudden start getting gifts. You all of a sudden getting access to places that you wouldn't even know exist without actually doing the grift and just playing into the I don't want to say hatred, but playing into the easily manipulative emotions of most Americans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
be pro anything. Be pro. If I was I'm pro-black, right, for my people. But if I got on here every single day and talk bad about white people every single day, oh man, it's gonna be a lot of people start following me and agreeing with me, and then it's gonna be a lot of people who talk crazy to me, just like with him. But just like Big Pokey said, this man tried all different avenues prior to the younger generation of white racists grasping what he was putting out. He had been around since like 2015, 16, 19, somewhere up in there. He kept trying for years. And once he started spewing his racist hate, that's when he took off. So that was his niche. He was just trying. He was backed by a billionaire. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
A billionaire was funding him until they found, okay, these are people. Now we found our niche. This is what we gonna do. Yeah. So,
but LBJ said, if I give these people somebody to feel better than, they'll empty their pockets.
Yep.
Most of the people
Rockefeller
that
said
donate
that.
to him can't even
Rockefeller.
afford to go to the dinners that he goes to, like presidential dinners and stuff. Those tickets like $3,500 a ticket.
Yeah.
They can't go, but they'll give him their last.
Right. Yeah, most definitely.
You go.
And you know, oh, go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead.
Oh, just a shout out to the viewers that's watching right now. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Appreciate the comments and everything like that. I know Chris brought a lot of y'all over, and I appreciate him for always doing that. Just remember to please like, share, and subscribe if you like. I appreciate you wholeheartedly. You know, so let me ask you this, Rico, you military, so proud military, retired. So this guy, they fly him home on, and y'all, this wasn't even what I was going to bring up, but we kind of own this guy a little bit, like everybody. So they fly him home on Air Force Two. Trump talking about getting him the Medal of Freedom. How does that make you feel as a military guy? I thought that was something for the military, but I don't really know, you know. But I mean, how does that make you feel as a retired veteran that this guy is coming home on Air Force Two and receiving a medal, and with all of the rhetoric and all that he's been saying? I've only watched a couple of videos, but I have one guy that told me, he challenged me to find one video that shows that he's racist and prejudiced and stuff. So I hadn't looked because he said he's not. So I don't know, but I'm just saying, how do you feel?
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you. When I saw,
Oh, I'm gonna come to you next to find out why you laughing. Go ahead, Rico.
When I saw, forget the Air Force Two thing, but the thing that got to me was them talking about giving him that medal, and then when I saw military people in military uniform carrying his casket out the back out of that plane, it angered me because I've been to war, and we call what's called ramp ceremonies. People, soldiers, Marines, airmen, Navy, seamen.
Yeah.
I've watched them get loaded up in caskets in the back of planes, 10, 20, sometimes 30, 40 caskets at a time to get flown back and get carried out the back. It's called a ramp ceremony, to get carried out the back of a plane when they make it back home from overseas at war. It angered me. It made me feel bad, anger. And then I saw they flying the flags at half mast all around. When you don't do that shit for soldiers who die actually fighting for this country, but you want to do it for a racist man who spewed propaganda and lies, that's because those people who are in the White House right now, Trump is a stooge. He's a figurehead. Stephen Miller and whoever to be are calling all the shots. He's a complete idiot.
He's been compromised.
A useful tool right now. But that had me so mad, and it was pure disrespect to all the soldiers who have died actually at war fighting for this country. That I saw that. I'm so glad you brought that up. I was angered by that. This man ain't did shit for this country but divided, and even dividing it even more now that he's dead. So yes, I was very upset about that.
Yeah, Trump don't, and he's already done showed that he don't really care anything about military or law enforcement. But MAGA is gonna love him regardless, whatever he does. But I need to go to.
I didn't know his wife. I found out that man's wife won Miss Arizona pageant.
Oh yeah.
That Trump ran that. So they know each other. They've been knowing each other for a while.
Who are you talking about? Trump and who?
That man's wife, Charlie.
Oh,
wife.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, because he owns the
Miss America pageant.
The whole, he owns that. I see. All right, I'm with you now.
Yeah.
I got your connection.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Okay. Because Trump owns the Miss Universe, the Miss America pageants. That's his.
Why you think you don't want to let them files go?
Yeah. But before we go to that, I need to find out, Big Poke Dog. Why were you laughing a while ago? Well, I forgot. Did you forget?
Rico had brought up. Oh yes. Okay. So Rico had said about the folks that's not making national news, that's found being hung in Mississippi and whatnot. Yeah. I started laughing because it reminded me of a video that just recently came out where this white man, he executed a cop. And when I mean execute, I mean literally walk up. I done shot you 9, 10 times already, but I want to make sure I finish you off. Headshot. And This was in a week. This was in the past week. This
What?
happened. I mean, like regular police stop. The police officer gets out on the left side of the truck. White man gets out. He's got an AR, and as soon as he comes, is ready
I
to go.
seen that.
Bus.
Yep. I know what you're talking about.
Not a national story. That's why I was laughing, because if there should be a national
bunch
story,
of 'em.
it should be for any person that would execute law enforcement like that on some period.
They've been doing
And that's why I
this
started laughing, because it was very appropriate.
Right.
What Rico was saying about how the national news is very catered to what they want you to be upset about, instead of, hey, there's a monster loose on the streets who will execute you for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
And most of them monsters are white men. When they put all the propaganda that it's black people, black men who are super predators and all of this. No, it's white men.
They know about it. They arrested the leaders right at the end of Biden's administration. You can look it up. Amanda Miller and Dallas Humber and Matthew Allison Terrorground. They arrested some people. And 2014, y'all remember Jared and Amanda Miller, the people that was dressed up like the Joker, that went inside that place in Las Vegas and laid them police down, put the Gadsden flag on them, pinned notes on them and said the revolution has just began, and then painted swastikas on them.
Damn, I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch that either.
And what did our president say? The revolution has just begun.
That was 2014.
Wow.
2014.
Yeah,
look it up.
That up.
Yeah, I didn't know about that one.
Jared and Amanda Miller.
Damn,
wow,
that's crazy.
And also look up 2024, the arrest of Dallas Humber and Matthew Allison.
Damn, I heard that shit. Hey, to all my viewers that's out there watching right now, we appreciate y'all tapping in the Barbershop Talk. In Barbershop Talk, you never know what you're going to get. We just talk about a whole bunch of random stuff. Everyone on the panel right here now has a topic that they're going to bring up, and we're just going to talk about it, discuss it. So if you leave the room, you're going to miss out on some fire conversation. But the good thing about it, you can always go back and watch it and hit replay and record. So we chopped it up a little bit about a whole bunch of different little things, but I need to go and come with Big Poke Dog and see if you had one specific thing that you wanted to talk about.
I do. Did any of y'all happen to see the Breakfast Club interview with Dame Dash?
I saw parts of it.
You saw parts of it. Okay, that's Rico. Wizzo, no? No?
No.
Chris?
I can imagine Dame Dash, but I didn't see it.
All right. Well, what got brought up, because it's been talked about in the barbershop before, is whether Charlemagne and DJ Envy are valid examples of heterosexual black men. And this is something that Dame brought up while he was talking to him. Like, he called Charlemagne gay. Yeah, he called, he basically just looked him in the eyes and said, I think you gay.
Yeah.
You talk about touching butt too much.
Damn, what?
Yeah, he called him gay right to his face.
Yeah, in his face, looked at him, and he even said, look, and another reason I don't think you're a man is because if somebody did me like that, we'd step outside. And you ain't saying shit, but you just laughing at it.
Yeah, he said a masculine man.
Yeah.
A masculine man. He said, you're not the example of what a
masculine
man is.
They called Charlemagne before.
Yeah, well, he said,
we all talking over one another, so we can't hear him. So let Poke Dog go finish, and then we go, see what's up. Go ahead.
So, and this has been talked about before, like, and I thought it was very appropriate that he brought it up himself, because I feel like that both DJ Envy and Charlemagne the God are terrible examples of heterosexual black men. I do, especially DJ Envy not being able to stand on what he did. Even if you're wrong and you acknowledge that you're wrong, you still stand on what you did as a man. Yeah, I did that. I had the reasons I did it. I was wrong for it, but yeah, I did it. No, DJ Envy likes to play like it was, I was in a bad place. My mind wasn't right. my spiritual chakras was off, and the Kundalini energy just wasn't there for me. That's why I did what I did, And then Charlemagne and Dame Dash said it the best. He talks just a little bit too much about man butt.
Yeah.
He does. He did. Yeah. Like I don't know no other way to say it. Like he is too okay with the glorification of man butt.
Damn.
Of booty.
Let's go ahead, Rico. What were you for the?
I wanted to ask Pokey, what did DJ Envy do?
So I don't know if you remember, but his wife, basically he cheated on his wife.
Uh-huh.
So he done let her and in public, do the girls trip thing, take his money, and go spend it on other niggas and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like this has been in public. Yeah, this has been.
He let his wife spend money on other men that she was
his money. Yeah, his money. Let me make that clear.
Yeah.
His money.
Because he cheated.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. Wow.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. DJ Envy, there was, and I don't know, this is very unsubstantiated, but he never outright denied it. Like he supposedly, allegedly, let her peg him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was again supposedly,
right,
allegedly, but he is not outright ever denied that, and he has been asked about it.
That's why old boy was saying that stuff today. Then,
yeah.
Chris, what you say, Chris?
All that came out when he got into it with Rick Ross.
Exactly.
Rick Ross told it all. That's how they do each other. I mean, Envy had a lot to say, and I didn't think he know that people know him. Like they see you, and a lot of that.
So let me ask you this: so
even Charlemagne the God, some of the stuff he done said, they done caught him and chased him all around New York. He couldn't get in the studio. He was running around that car.
I saw some videos of him. Somebody punched him in the face and he took off running.
Yeah.
He got
but let me say, he called him gay and all that or whatever. He just laughed. He didn't say nothing. Didn't come back or nothing.
They laughed.
Laughed it off.
Yeah, they laughed. Yeah.
Shit. I had to say something.
Silence is enough.
Man.
Yeah.
But he not in Atlanta. He in New York.
Yeah, I think they're based out of New York.
Okay. Because I was
I think it's based out of New York.
I know they be saying him Atlanta got a bunch of undercover brothers, so I didn't know where he was from or whatever, but
according to Hassan Campbell, they've been like that since the industry started. He talking about getting violated by Africa Bambaataa when he was a child.
Damn, that's crazy.
Y'all didn't hear? I mean, this is like something nationwide. Y'all didn't hear Tyrese say his OG told him to bend over?
What? Tyrese? The singer? Actor? He say OG told him to bend over.
Blew my mind, man.
Wow.
Did he happen to put a name?
Tyler Perry movie said Tyler Perry told him he won't be on this show. He gotta let him fuck him.
No, he didn't drop a name.
I forgot the dude's name, but this old light-skinned guy. He's suing Tyler Perry for money.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that story.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know what's going on up in there, but I know if you coming up calling me like that. Shit.
And Dame even said it. That's what I'm saying. Like how you saying, like if somebody, personally insulted you like that, you would handle it in the manner of a masculine man.
Yeah.
Right
Dame
then.
even said that. Look, I'm insulting you, and you ain't doing nothing but laughing about it.
Damn.
Yeah. He called him out just like that. Like this is the effeminate behavior that you portray, which is why I'm saying you are not a good representative of a heterosexual black man.
Charlemagne.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I'm looking in your eyes and tell you soft. SOF capital T. Soft.
He said that to him, to his face.
To his face.
Right in the studio.
Yeah. In the studio, across the desk from him.
Yeah.
Man.
Looked
I
him
mean,
right in
I
his
don't know
eye.
how I act to that. I mean, you definitely ain't finna call me out like that. Shit, and I know better. So maybe he just, silence what is golden. So maybe he is packing peanut butter. I don't know, but I'm
He
just
said he done pushed the nigga shit in.
Hey, hey, I thought the same thing when he
Bucky
didn't
gotta
say
come to the
anything.
back.
oh, this crazy tale said he didn't push the
Or
shit
done
in.
had his shit pushed in.
I ain't heard that shit. He
Yeah.
said he didn't push the nigga shit in.
Yes.
I don't know if it's a ritual or not, but it seems to be that a lot of people are saying this and that and that and this. That's the one thing about the Diddy case I was waiting on, but I see nobody would testify under them circumstances. Did nobody get up there and say that they had got done like that?
You right. Only
At the
Cassie
all
was
their
there.
Meek
veterans.
Mill, baby. Meek Mill, Buffy done pushed his shit in.
Give it to me.
Oh,
Take that
Oh,
shit back.
hey man, I ain't heard that shit. He didn't push the shit in.
yeah.
Hey,
And McMill ain't get up on that stand and say, "Yeah, he like that."
Yeah.
He didn't say that. Only one we had was the Punisher, and boy, that killed me when they said that man that she hired to have sex with her that he watched was called the Punisher. I passed out. I laughed so hard. The Punisher,
Wait. Puff Daddy hired a
man,
man to have sex with that Cassie girl,
yeah.
and they call him the Punisher.
and his name was the
Yeah.
Punisher. Would you hire the Punisher for your wife?
Damn.
So he can
I
watch.
hired a Punisher for my home girl, but you ain't punishing my wife, and I'm gonna watch
Hey,
Man, that's crazy.
wow, I didn't know
Man,
that one.
I didn't know that either, man. That's
Miles came on and said, the nigga done stole my name. He said the stripper nigga done stole my sex name, the Punisher. Miles said, I can't believe that.
God damn. Yeah, that is crazy, man. No, I ain't finna hire nobody to come up in there and punish my wife or my girl. Shit, I ain't finna do that so I can watch. Fuck that.
Right. Fuck that bullshit.
No, I'm gone. Shit, no. He probably tried to mount up on the back of the Punisher and push his shit in.
Oh,
Hey, when I found out all that stuff about Diddy, when he used to say, take that, he was talking about men.
Damn it.
and they talking about
Take
he
that,
over
take
there
that,
in the
take that.
mask looking like this.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, man. Damn. That's Ain't gonna be do it. Hey, Rico.
Yeah.
Rico, you need to do like I do. I gotta be a damn fan blowing on side of me. You over there fanning like a motherfucker. Shit.
Hey, it's that tequila, Wizzo. That tequila making me hot. I'm shotting that tequila.
Oh man.
Normally I'm cool, but it's
I'll
that
say that
tequila
whiskey.
making me hot. I'm shotting that tequila. It's making me hot.
All right, that's what's up. Well, Big Poke Dog, we appreciate you breaking that up about Charlamagne and them in that conversation right there. Let me see. Let me just drift on over here to Rico. And before I get going, like I say, I want to thank everybody for tuning in right now. Maybe you watching it now, you catch the replay later. In Barbershop Talk, we all just talk about a bunch of random conversation, bunch of random things that's happening, bunch of random highlights, and we just chop it up about it. So, Rico, what you got on your agenda out there?
Today I want to talk about it coincides with what we're talking about now, but I want to talk about segregation. First, I'm gonna read you the definition of it. Segregate, it says a system that keeps different groups separate from each other, either through physical dividers or using social pressures and laws. My thing is, I would love for us to go back to segregation and be away from them devils. But the thing is, how do y'all feel about it? And do you think it would be a good thing? Because back in the day, whenever we were segregated and we had communities that were thriving, those white devils, all they did was destroy them. Whether it was in Tulsa, Rosewood, Seneca Village, all over this country, black communities were either bombed or killed, massacred, flooded, and all that, all because they had thriving communities. So in today's climate and the way this country is going, I wish we could go to segregation. We could take half the country and let you hateful ass people stay over here and kill one another, and we go over here and have thriving communities.
Right.
I believe that in today's world, that we as Black people, no, we're not just Black people, but people in general, would we have a better life if we lived in a segregated society?
All right, let's start with Chris on that. What's up with that, Chris? What about that segregation? Think we should go back, or we would be better like that? What's up with that?
I can't do it, bro. I just
Give
can't.
it a little volume, Chris. We can't.
Oh, you can't. Oh, shoot. My
Yeah.
bad. My bad. My turn my volume down because I was choking a little. I just my family history. I get the sentiment, but my mama's mixed, so it's
Right.
I can't. I don't want my grandpa. And the thing about it is, my mama's mama, and her sister married brothers. So, but I do get the sentiment,
Right.
because you know they do a lot of bothering people. Now, think about it. They do this all over the world. It seems like the same way they mess us up when we got things going good. They go into another place, start a civil war over
Yep.
there, mess it all up, and then come home.
Right.
And whatever resources they can extract from these shithole countries, in which in their people face, they call them mineral rich. You see the word play? You get where
Right.
I'm
Right.
coming from? And they figuring it out. That's the same way they do us over here. That's why I'm so proud of Ibrahim Traore. Tell you the truth, man, that man is a G. He doing it right.
Right.
Who?
He ain't playing with
Who did you
nobody.
say?
Ibrahim
Oh yeah,
Traore.
Burkina
Ibrahim.
Faso,
The
dude.
man
Yeah.
Burkina
from Burkina
Faso.
Faso.
Yeah.
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 I think we should do it like that. I don't even think that it would be hard to do it on this soil because of all the cameras around and the world support. Let me tell you something. They know that the world don't like them. You know, Mexico, they having a problem down in Mexico. Them what they call them nomads that go down there think they're gonna live like people.
Mm-hmm.
Expats.
Them folks down there handling them
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
If you go anywhere in the world with that little pin with Israel on it, you getting off the plane, they putting them hands on you right on the
Yeah.
runway.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that.
Damn. Rico then froze up.
Go ahead, Rico. Oh, he don't froze up. He said he think that and then just looked at
Okay,
us
let
and
me
Yeah,
shut
yeah.
up.
It looked like it was gonna be good.
Beautiful for a
No.
second. You heard
There you
what I
go.
said?
Yeah, you froze up.
I say,
Go ahead.
Let's hear what you're gonna say. Then we'll go to Big Pokey.
okay, I say
Go
if
ahead,
the
Rico.
world separated itself from white people, they still wouldn't be happy. They angry. They saying black and minorities are taking over. White people are being replaced and all of this. And if we went to segregation, they wouldn't do shit but start fighting one another like they used to do back in the day before they found out there was other colors on the planet. And then they come and want to destroy everybody else's shit because they just unhappy, angry ass people. So,
Yeah.
but I wish we could go back to segregation. I
Okay.
really do. Go ahead, Big Pokey.
Go ahead, Poke.
For sure. So I think there's two answers to that for me. One, uh, when we were segregated, if you wanted toilet paper, you bought toilet paper from a black person. If you wanted toothpaste, you bought toothpaste from a black person. You wanted a mattress, you bought a mattress from a black person. When the real segregation was on, we knew everything that we needed, we had to make ourselves.
Yep.
So the part about where we knew we needed to go to a black person to get our eggs, chicken, whatever, like that part of the segregation I am so with. When we were 100%, when we knew it was us versus them, and we acted accordingly during segregation, that part I'm so with. You know, being able to, like the last bottle of alcohol I bought, Uncle Nearest. Uncle Nearest is the person who taught Jack Daniels how to make whiskey.
Already.
So when a black woman, took Uncle Nearest brand and started making it, I'm finna get down with that. Yeah, that can be on my shelf.
Exactly.
That can be on my shelf. I'm with that. So what the second part about it is that when we were segregated, the intelligent black people had to be there. Your doctors, your dentists, your lawyers, your insurance agent, you know, like all of the parts of the society that actually make it and keep moving forward, like keeping people healthy, making sure insurance claims is processed, stuff like that. They too were there together. The problem with if it happens now is those same folks are going to look at those that aren't as less than.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem we have amongst black people now. And I would love for us to go back to segregation if we knew we needed to depend on each other. But if it happened, like let's just say, I don't know, 47 flipped the switch and enforced it by law. Like you Negroes need to be in Negro land and nothing else. I think we would self-destruct.
Right.
Why?
Because there's not enough community appreciation or community want between black folks on a regular basis.
Mm.
If we had to, I don't think it would be like that. It's like that now. But if we had to, and you don't have a choice, I think it would change things. I think if we went back to segregation and we was only around our people and we only bought from, we only sold to our people, that it would change people, literally like change the way they view life, because they would see black prosperity on a daily basis. It will make I believe, in my opinion, that it will make you aspire to be more and to do more than what you have, because you're seeing on a daily basis your people doing things. It would teach you, hey, I don't need to do this, I can do that, because now it's so hard and we're oppressed so much. It's so hard to accomplish anything when you look like us. So there's not a lot for the younger people to look up to. I understand what you're saying, but I want to look at it a different way. And I just think that we could do better without those people.
And I'm gonna say, oh, go ahead, Pope.
So I don't disagree with you, Rico. Like personally, I would love for us to have that same mentality we did in the 1920s when we knew it was us against them. But even then, there was still this saying, you might be familiar with it: the white man's ice is colder.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm talking about. Like if it flipped the switch today, we would have to deal with that mentality, that spirituality, that the white man's ice is colder.
I understand.
That's where my issue is. Where if we were to try it today, like there's more of that than there's ever been. Right. Which is why now you see emo black people. Like when I was growing up, there was no emo black person in high school. There was no black dude who permed his hair to make sure he could wear it long and put black fingernail polish on and wore, the spike necklace and put mascara under his eyes. That wasn't happening when I was in school. But now, I don't want to call it normal, but I'm almost 100% positive that at every high school that there's a black person, there's at least one black person copying the emo style.
Right.
Yeah, I just like it for the fact that if a black person goes to a black doctor, a black dentist, a black grocery store, black everything, they live better. You get better service, and all the women who have babies. A black woman having a child is 3 times more likely to die from childbirth than a white woman. Think about that.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? That means the doctors are not doing something for the black women. The doctors are not doing something for the black people that they see. Black people live longer when they have minority doctors, dentists, all of the above. Right. So that's why I push for it. Our lives are better without those people.
And I'm gonna say this. I can't remember if I asked Chris to go say something or not, but if I didn't, Chris, I'll come back to you. I'm gonna say this. I think Seven or someone said something about segregation on another episode that we would be better back then. Well, I'm gonna say that I'm not with segregation right now because I know it's not gonna happen. But what we can do is just like Big Poke Dog and showed me, we can buy black. We can
Yep.
the MLK protest on the transportation, I forgot what it's called, lasted over 300 some days. They hit them in the pocket. And then they realized, like, oh, wait a minute. But they were stronger then. They was more united then. We need some of that right now. We're missing some of that. But
Yep.
right now, Poke Dog didn't turn me on to so many companies that's making black toilet paper, black mouthwash, black uh handbags. They making black cologne. They making black this and black that, black active. We need to be buying that.
Yep.
Everyone on here, we need to hit them in their pocket. A lot of stuff that they made, let's just use lotion for an example. It's not made for us, really. They starting putting cocoa butter in it and this and that to get our attention. Oh, that's got cocoa butter in it. But there's black-owned businesses out there, and I'm saying black-owned that mean that they own at least over 51%, and they're black-owned. Like me, I sell some Wizzo Talk merch, right? My shit ain't black-owned. It's coming from Printify. They making it. I just created design. I'm talking about buying the black active. I don't buy high-end shirts. When I used to go in the dealers and buy clothes, whatever, if that shit didn't have a pink sticker on it reduced, I ain't buy that shit.
You ain't the only one.
I ain't buy
Hey,
that
I
shit.
shop at Marshalls.
All I'm saying, I'm coming to you, but let me, because I've been to forgot some shit. But now I'm watching the black active guy. He got that shirt, this cotton that's grown by farmers, by us. I forgot what it's all saying. That shirt is $60, and people are complaining about that shirt, but they buying $300 Jordans and buying all that other shit, giving this guy over here all their money. This here cotton is grown by black people. This shirt is made by black people. Now, my point where I'm going with that is that shirt don't have to have a pink sticker on it for me. I'm gonna buy that shirt just to support,
Yep.
and I've purchased a lot of black owned thanks to Big Poke Dog turning me on to them websites. So my thing is, we don't have to segregate, but we have to start buying black. Everybody on there need to share those websites. There's a lot of black ladies handbags. The internet is so powerful now that there's so many black businesses out there and black people out there making things and creating things that's for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
We need to support them. We need to buy that. You're not complaining about Walmart prices. You're not complaining about them $300 some Jordans that or how much ever they cost. I've never owned a pair. So you're not complaining about that. But yet as soon as this black person make this, then you want to talk about the price or you want a fucking discount or some shit like that. So I'm gonna say all this and we're gonna come to Chris here. I'm not saying that we have to go back to segregate, but we have to start supporting ourselves with unquestioned. Don't question it. Go online. You see the toilet paper from it's black owned. The toothpaste, the toothbrush, the mouthwash, all that shit. I'm getting ready to order my kit this week. And I'm gonna do a video on it.
I seen it.
I brought a lot of books from a lady in Killeen that's black that's then written her books. I brought books from another podcaster lady that's then written a book and enjoyed every last one of them. So I'm just saying that to me, we don't have to go back to segregation, but we have to support our own. We've been making them rich for years.
Yep.
For years. Now let's make our own. Rico, I don't care that your toothpaste is $10 and this one over here made by this other program, whatever, is $4. I'm gonna support you because you're black.
Exactly.
I'm gonna support you because they don't really appreciate us because they're voting for this person, voting for that person. They don't stand for us. They just want our money. But when we start hitting them in the pocket, it'll change that shit.
Look at Target.
And I'll say this, I'm gonna come to Chris. That's just like the guy that invented the Band-Aids, the black Band-Aids. On the back of them, it's got the picture of melanated skinned people on there, and the Band-Aids represent our color and our tone. We gotta start buying black.
Yep.
Chris,
Exactly.
what's up on your mind?
Yeah, I get everybody's sentiment, but one thing that I was blessed to be was raised around really prominent people like them. So I learned sneaky stuff. Like I don't need for you. I, I don't want to be a black-owned business owner. I just want to be a business owner, and I want to go. I want a target audience, and in order for me to get my target audience that spends the most money, which would probably be middle-income white women, I'm probably gonna have a commercial with a white woman on there suggesting that white women approve it. Now I
Chris,
don't
I'm
need
sorry.
for you to know.
I feel like you're talking more about being a capitalist, though. With
Maybe,
what you're saying, I feel like you're focused on being a capitalist about it. And
maybe, but I don't. What I'm saying is, if let's just say the numbers stand true, I don't believe them. But 13% of your nation isn't gonna allow you to thrive as well as if you could. You're gonna hit a glass ceiling. And so, in a business sense, in a smart sense, how? Let me put it like this: if you in the sentiment of, let's just say you maybe KKK, and you saw some tiki torch, and you saw a white woman holding them, but it's my company. How would you feel when you found out that was my company?
I would laugh at the white people at that point.
That's
That
my
would be
point.
hilarious. Yeah, that would be because your hate has now made a black person rich.
Exactly.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's where I'm
yeah,
going with it. So I
yeah.
get where I get everybody's sentiment for real, because what they did was they disabled the institution when they stopped getting on the bus, when they started walking. They were in disabling an institution. A, a lot of the times we think that these people that have to go to work with us actually can be. They finding out right now they not white.
Oh
They
yeah.
taking all their benefits. What do you think they mad at? And now they extra mad at us because they told us to come march with them, and we didn't want to, because we been telling y'all how these people are. Y'all just
Yep.
thought y'all was white. But remember when I told you that if you don't got the stock market on speed dial, you my nigga. You might not want to say that, but if you can't send troops to die at war, you might be my nigga, man.
Yep.
We in the same boat. I'm just
Yep.
saying, that's just the way I see things because we watching them unfold. I didn't see no white black people breaking down when he cut them benefits. Boy, them white folks was all over TikTok. All right, what am I gonna do? I need to take care of my kids. I was like, I'm calling CPS because this is unstable. She got kids. She ain't getting no benefits. Now look how she acted. Them kids in
Right.
trouble now. Cause she ain't
Yep.
gonna do nothing but to produce some more kids like her.
All right. Let me thank all of our guests from out there watching. I appreciate y'all tapping on in. Appreciate your support. Remember that it's free to like, share, and subscribe. Poke Dog, what you got? Any comments on that?
So yeah, Chris, I love your take on it. I can say that. Like I love your take on it. I think you're doing it from a very capitalist point of view. And I will say that if we were not talking about benefiting the black community, then I would probably be exactly on your side of it. Like, now let's do what we can to make money. Like, that
Yeah.
goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the show. What's his name? Just
Uh,
passed. Charlie Kirk.
Call it. Yeah.
He was a grifter. He did what he was saying, what he was saying, knowing it wasn't true,
Yeah.
because it would get him paid. It would get him in that inner circle. He would become more higher up in the social hierarchy. That's why he was doing that. So I get it from a capitalist standpoint. Yes, make that money. Just like you're saying, the tiki torch, that was a perfect example. I would laugh at their hatred making me rich, because if they were intelligent, then they would just do it themselves. Like you cut a tree down and start a torch. You do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But if we're
No.
talking about specifically for improvement of us as a people for the diaspora, then I'm with Rico. I want us to be able to know that we should be able to depend on each other.
Yep.
We as especially when it comes to black men, because we should be able to go down the street and say what's up to my brother,
Yeah.
and it should be reciprocal. What's up, my brother? How you
Yep.
doing today, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And good on you, Captain. That type of energy is what we as a people need to concentrate on to become better as a community.
Mr. Rico, do
Right.
you feel that white talking points are the reason why we have this problem within our community because we allow white people to take all these statistics and make us feel bad about ourselves, and then we recite them to each other?
Say that again. Do I feel what?
Uh,
White
do
man's
you
ice is
feel
colder.
that
That's what he just said.
when we have these talking points that white people have, like we're just so bad we can't speak to each other and stuff. A lot of these are white talking points,
Uh-huh.
and we soak them in. And I know the sentiment of why we soak them in is because we want each other to do better. But do you think that also causes a divide when some of us say, "No, we ain't like that," and then most of us say, "Well, the statistics say," but and then we go, "Well, our sworn enemy gave us the statistics."
Yeah.
Um, I can see how that would divide, and it does cause a divide. But for me, I don't believe nothing a white person says to me. So,
Hmm.
anything they say about my people, why would, and not just me, why would any person that looks like me believe something that came out of a white man's mouth? Because they have never given you anything to your benefit, not one thing. So I wouldn't take it that way, but there are uneducated people who out there who actually believe that there are good white people out there that
But
probably would, them coon ass
eh,
Negroes.
well, as you're
Okay.
talking, so what
Yeah.
if I say, what if I say, no, man, that's not true. 60% of all crime in the United States is caused by us. We need to get better.
I would say
I
that's a
mean,
lie.
Right. Let me. Hey, y'all. Let me do this right quick. Let me. I need to hit up Seven right quick. Seven. Should we welcome in with us, and should we go back to segregation, or what are your thoughts on segregation? Seven.
As far as segregation, I feel that I'm sorry, brother. I'm not really feeling that well today.
already.
I'm with y'all though.
Are you sure, bro? You good?
As far as segregation, I'm alright, man. I just feel a little sluggish.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't seem like your normal self, man. You can come
Yeah,
back with us another time, man. You
yeah,
know.
you don't look your normal self.
For sure.
No, I'm with it. I feel like even if I'm not my normal self, I'm still gonna be here with y'all. You know what I'm saying? That way I gotta get the energy back right. So shit, I'm here. Um as far as segregation, I feel like I feel like we never should have not been segregated. You know what I'm saying? To bring ourselves in with our enemies, right? Was one of the worst things that we could ever did because we were striving to be on the level that we were equal to our enemies. And I never felt that we should have been teaching our children that we were equal to anybody that were lesser than us, right? So we need to get back to that level where we show dominance. You know, for instance, like this whole shooting thing with that white boy, and now the white people are trying to say that we the enemies, and when have we never not been the enemies to them? But the thing is this: why show ourselves to be equal to a lesser being? This is the thing that I've always wondered. Like, why was Malcolm X and well, not Malcolm X, but why was Martin Luther King fighting to be equal with somebody lesser? Why are we trying to drink at the same water fountains and we owned our own businesses and our own environments? These are the things that we never really stopped to look at. We looked for equality, but we had a dominance on a level that we never even comprehended at the time because we were trying to be equal.
Yep.
And equal is a very dangerous thing.
7. You are definitely,
Yo,
I can tell you are definitely, man. So I mean, if you definitely need to log on out, bro, we always have plenty more because it just seemed like your energy and everything. We heard everything that you're saying, but with health and concern with you. So if you need to log off, bro, and take care of yourself, by all
Yeah.
means do that and come back on because I mean I can tell the difference and I can hear it in your voice. So we
Yes.
want to make sure that you good. I know you want to be here because you've already let me know the way and how much respect you have for the platform and for Wizzo Talk, and I appreciate that wholeheartedly. But I just want to make sure that because I'm looking at you right now, and you're not the same 7. So if you need to log off, bro, come back on and we'll regroup on the next one. You know what I'm saying?
hey, listen, brothers, I appreciate y'all, but any day could be our last day, so I'm here with
Can
y'all.
can I speak to Chris real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
When Chris was talking about he prefer, like Pokey said, Chris is more of a capitalist, right? We have, and I looked it up while we was doing all this talking. Yearly, Black people contribute 1.7 trillion to the U.S. economy, right? There's only 41 million quote. That's what the stats. That's what Google says. Black people in America, 1.7 trillion, and if you take that down and to Black businesses, they can make it. We don't need white people's money in order to be a capitalist. I mean, sure, white people's money, Mexican people's money will make you more money, but how much money is enough? We don't necessarily need them in order, like in our Black businesses, in order to thrive.
Right. And let me say
How
this
much?
on it. Oh, go ahead, Chris. You was asking
I
Chris
was
that.
just
Go
gonna
ahead,
say,
Chris.
how much do they spend? Because we found out we aren't the largest consumers in the world too. When they told us that China by far they have 1 billion people. We're not competing with that at all with 350 million at the moment. So, and how did they get this? How did they get this stat? Is what I'm saying.
1.7 trillion. That's the from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. They keep up with all of that. I mean, now that he done fired the people who actually tell the truth, you
Yeah.
can't trust anything it
No,
says now because he
There
fired
you.
the woman for giving him the proper stats about jobs and stuff.
It,
But if you look
it,
up the BLS, that's where all of this info comes from. The Bureau of Labor
okay,
and
so
Statistics. Black people provide 1.7 trillion annually to the economy, to the U.S. economy.
12%. I want to know how much they contribute because it has to be far more.
But see, that's the
Well,
thing. I feel like if you being greedy then now and you truly
well,
are being a
no,
capitalist,
no, no.
you
All
can
I'm saying
survive
is
with that.
I would I would like the statistics per capita because
Okay.
yeah, that might be true on the whole. And we gotta think. We got a lot of we got a lot of thriving people that look like us that we just like Black Tube. We got a whole YouTube called Black Tube.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
You know,
You-
we got things that are going our way. We got like insurance. I found out that's where the money is.
Yeah.
Insurance agents and agencies. We got so many. And again, that might be the way that they building it. But a lot of us, when we get up there, we don't want to bring it back.
Right. You know.
And we don't want to help nobody. Not me. My whole thing is just to get everybody financially secure.
Right. Right.
And they might not do it themselves. So I gotta get my own children their own IUL because my daughter's not gonna get any life insurance.
Yeah. 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 We have to do
We have
that
to
for them
make
as
sure
parents. And Rico, I've heard Farrakhan say 1 point some trillion dollars that the black people contribute to the economy. He said if we wasn't contributing that much, why do you think the uh I can't remember exactly I just say Asian, but it wasn't that. Asians are in the black neighborhood. Why do you think these other little stores are in the black neighborhood because of the black dollar?
It's
Because
the
we're spending
Indians.
that dollar. But my
And
thing,
Chinese restaurants.
right? But my thing is this right here, and I go back to thanking Big Poke Dog for that because I'm telling you, Wizzo is fixing to change the way he buys some things, and I'm gonna order them online and I'm gonna order them in bulk and I'm gonna start buying a lot of stuff black
Yep.
because we've been giving our money, like I've said already, to them forever. So now I'm gonna start giving my money to some of our own, and I don't care if they millionaires, trillionaires, or do what. I just think that a lot of I watched one and I forgot, and I didn't know this was going to come up, or I would have looked. I can probably Google it now. But this other one, she makes soap that's for us, that's for people of color. I saw the video today, and I'm excited to get ready to make me an order to purchase that. We have to get to where we start. I don't want to say hating on one another, but we have to get to where we start supporting one another more. I think back
Yes.
in the day when Black Wall Street and so forth, so on, in their own community, they supported more than what we're doing now, and we have to get back to that right there. And just to touch on the money, I mean, uh, I don't, I it just slipped my fucking mind. I had a point to make about that, but I didn't forgot it. Anybody else got something? I had
Yes.
it where I
Okay,
was
I was
going.
gonna say that
Wizzo. Oh,
if we're
go ahead,
gonna do
Chris.
that, I'm with that because again, we got to bring back community,
Yeah,
Yes.
community, and in a community is really sustaining. Like we can actually have our own food marts and stuff like that. You know how to close them Asian folks down? Stop
yeah,
going.
right.
Exactly.
Rico, before you go, let me say this right here. I heard you, Chris, and I agree. But I wanted to say this also. This ain't what I was going to say, but this is what I'll say this because it come to my mind. I am against when I hear guys come on and they say, I'm gonna just throw a date, January 27th. We're not buying anything from this. We're not buying anything from that. We're not buying anything that day. In my opinion, what happens is the people go January 21st and they load up a bunch of shit, and then so they don't go shop that day. That's, to me, that's just not.
That's
I'm not with
asinine.
that.
Counterproductive.
I
That's
don't.
asinine.
Yeah, I don't support that right there. If
Wizzo,
I'm going to buy. Go ahead.
like I said, being in a prominent community.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, this is my theory of why we don't have Williams Chicken in Temple, Texas no more, and it was the best chicken spot
it
hands
was
down.
good. It
Named
was
Drive.
good.
That church behind them wanted that to expand their parking lot. They kept sending the health department over there saying they had roaches. I think them people were drilling holes in the wall, putting roaches in there.
Yeah, not the
Yeah.
church. Not the church. The church wouldn't do that.
Oh,
But
that's what I say. It's my theory. I don't have any proof, but I
yeah,
know how people move because I grew up with these people.
yeah.
Okay.
Let, let me go to Rico, and then I'm gonna make a
Rico,
point right
Rico,
here too.
before you go, I don't want to forget this. I
Okay.
don't want to forget this, and I hope that every last one of y'all, if you have never, Dr. Claude Anderson, he has a book called Powernomics. If you get the opportunity, I would appreciate it if you purchased and read this book. It's one of the reasons that I'm bringing it up is because of Rico talking about the 1.7 billion dollars,
Trillion.
Tree.
trillion dollars. Yes, he specifically addresses this, and he did it. I'm gonna say 20 years ago, maybe probably better than 20 years ago. And my leaning would be towards his teachings, but I don't just want to throw it out there at you because he breaks it down exactly the spending ability that we have. Again, it's Dr. Claude Anderson, Powernomics. That's the
Power
name of the
in
book.
numbers.
Powernomics.
Powernomics.
Paranomic. Okay,
Powernomics.
paranomics.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wonder.
Powernomics.
I
Okay.
ain't gonna lie. I've been watching TikTok for some. They talking about they got some toilet paper machines over there cost $8,000. I put a toilet paper machine in my house, and it's big. It's small. All the Africans are in China right now learning how to run those machines because they're like $8,000, $16,000. We just got to find a way to get them back here.
Hey, but
They
look,
want to work with
I
us.
need I need to go to Rico. But even if we have them here, if they hear about a black person, it's already been proven about how we support each other in things. But I go back on that, but I need to go to Rico because he had something a while ago. I want to make sure he don't lose it. Rico, go
I
ahead.
wrote it. Hey, I learned to start writing stuff
Yeah,
down.
we
That's
have to
what
write it
usually.
down.
Yeah, I write it down.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
I
have
was
to.
going back to when we was talking about the capitalists and the money in the black community. And look, Asian restaurants, Mexican restaurants, all these Indian stores and all of that, the white people don't allow them to put those businesses in white communities. Look
Already.
at where they're already at. They allow them to put them in our community because they want to keep the white dollar circulating amongst the white people. In every race there is, the black dollar is in the black community for like 30 seconds. Like 30
I've heard
seconds.
that.
Like
I've heard
30
that.
seconds. Less than a minute. But that's why we have to get back to community, as I believe Chris said that. But yeah, they put all of these businesses in our community because the power of the money, the money that we have, and we can regain all of that power. These people in these stores will stop disrespecting what is the women, the old people, or anyone like that in our communities if we stop going there. And
Let's
once
stop
we
going.
get back to that, we can have our power, our economic power. Then after economic power, then our political power. That's what's most importantly. We can never enforce any type of change unless we have unity amongst each other. And it starts with buying black. Yes, it may take a little longer for you to get it. Yes, it may cost a couple of dollars more, but the
And
power
look,
behind that is what's important. If you want your voice to be heard, stop spending your money with these damn demons.
But
That's all I'm
Rico, if you keep buying with them, it'll get better. You can't expect someone that just got something and learning how to do something to act like they're a Fortune 500 company and it's gonna be their FedEx next day air and you're gonna be able to track it. We got
Oh
to
no, you're
let
right.
people grow.
That's why I
We
said
gotta let them
if they
grow.
need,
You're
it'll
right,
take
Rico.
a little
We
longer.
gotta let him grow. It might take a little longer. Let him
Yeah,
grow. Because 6 months down the road, you're gonna be getting it like clockwork
like Amazon, baby, next day.
already.
Yeah, exactly. But we just got to stick to it. I believe, like with Target, after Target, we're done with Target, move to Walmart. Go on
and
and
see,
close Target out.
my thing on
And
that
they
is,
have tactics, you guys. Like, does y'all know that Walmart don't hire full-time employees, but they do put life insurance policies on every employee they have?
Yep. But so they don't give you full time, so they don't have to give you benefits.
There it is.
And they
They
even
got
Everybody
life
is full
insurance
recommend
time.
that
policy
you
on you.
sign up
So
for
if something
Section
happened to
8
you,
and
Walmart
food
cash
stamp
out.
assistance.
hold up,
Yeah.
it was three of us talking.
Go
Poke was talking, Chris was talking. So
ahead, Pokey.
Poke, what you saying?
I was just saying that Walmart also their hires they promote you going to sign up for Section 8 and food subsidies and WIC and stuff like that.
Yep.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they'll funnel you to it at Walmart.
Yep. So you don't have to ask them for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, what was you saying now?
No, that's the point I was making. If we did each other like that, if we hired each other and did each other the way that Walmart and Target did, our community would thrive and it would actually be a community. We could actually have our doctors and our lawyers walking home. See, that's the problem with our community and our children. They don't see regular people going home. All they see is the downtrodden, the old, the hustlers. So that, it gives them a bigger challenge to understand normality. That's their normal. But in other communities, you see the insurance man, he go home. You see the doctor, you see the lawyer. They they all live in the same community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this before I say something. Once again, I want to thank all of our viewers out there from watching. I appreciate y'all support. You got any comments? Hey, put them in the chat and we'll share them on the screen. Maybe the guys will see about entertaining them, whatever. And just remember, it's free, absolutely free to like, share, subscribe, or you can follow me on Paul Wizard. I appreciate your support. Don't worry about it. I've said this before. I ain't making no damn money on this. So, I just enjoy bringing these topics and bringing guests and let everyone share their own opinion on different topics and speak freely as we can on here. Because I found out we don't really have freedom of speech. So with certain stipulations and locks and keys and bounds and bonds and shit like that. So I just wanted to make sure I took our guests from watching everything like that. Did anybody else anything else before I bring up one of these talking points? I know.
Yeah, let me jump in there, Wizzo.
Go ahead, folks.
So, Chris had brought up something that I thought was very interesting, and it does go back to capitalism. Like what was I finna say? It's very, very poignant. Just give me a second. The difference that with black people, when he's talking about the dentist being in, the doctors and stuff like that, us being able to live in the neighborhoods again, and the normalcy. That's what it was. The normalcy of us prospering. Like, I don't know, maybe you've never heard this, but I've gotten into conversations before where things like the Cosby Show wasn't real. That don't exist. Like that was 100% fiction. Like there wasn't. Black folks don't have mama and daddies in the house, and both of them are professionals. Yeah. You know, that go to work every day without abuse openly being in one way, shape, form, or fashion. There, like when you brought that up, like I was just like, but there are black people who will fight you tooth and nail to say that they struggle is being black. That mama not being able to pay the bills for whatever reason, that's the normalcy. Claire Huxtable ain't normal. That's fantasy. That's fake shit. That Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince ain't a black person to judge a day in history as far as some black folks is concerned.
Clarence Thomas up there.
And that's what it was. Like I really wanted like the normalcy of, I don't want to say being poor, but the normalcy of not having family structure, the normalcy of not being able to know who your father is. That comes off as what is regular amongst black people. Like I was going to throw a joke out there about that when he said, I was like, Chris trying to be white. Like it was going to be a joke, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you talk like a white boy. You know what I'm saying? You talk like a white boy.
I was thinking the same. I was like,
that's a problem.
What I understand, these white people
we have. Like, hopefully none of y'all ever heard this, but I have been told before that I was surprised that you were married to a black woman.
What?
Yeah. And it's because, I don't know, I'm on time. When in public, I don't engage in niggerdom when in public.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's when you had brought it up, Chris, it was just like there's I'm gonna say a subculture amongst us that most definitely looks at being successful as something other than black, unless it's sports or entertainment.
Yes.
Go ahead, Chris. Were you finna say something?
That was hilarious when you said white, because I'm gonna tell you something that I heard an old man say. An old man said these white people that have all this talk and they talk like that, they get that from us, just like they stole y'all rap stuff and made them cool. They got all that from us. And I remember my grandpa telling me, don't be gallivanting around with all the transients. Don't that sound like something?
Gallivanting.
Yeah.
Gallivanting. I got to go get a dictionary. Because, nigga, I don't know why you just didn't tell me don't be going around homeless people. I don't know why you You got me gallivanting with transients. Made me think I'm doing something all the way crazy.
All that highfalutin language you using over there, Chris.
Yeah. It said white people have learned to process. That was our lingo. That's how we talk. They took it and called it proper.
Right.
I can't stand when I hear somebody say, you talking like a white person.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
Yeah. I've heard that before.
It means you know how to pronounce your consonants.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you don't say her and der and
yeah,
burr. You pronounce your words correctly.
It
Music,
depends on where
yeah,
I'm
music,
at. It depends on where I'm
music.
at. If I'm on a platform like this, I try to sound like I got some sense. But if I'm with my homeboy, we clowning around, I'm not trying to be,
uh,
you know, making
Yeah,
people
okay.
understand.
you
So
fit in. You
let,
fit
let,
in.
let me let me do this right here because
Yeah.
I know we only have probably about 30 minutes for Rico break camp. So I want to just switch gears and I'm gonna read off some numbers from 47, and I just kind of want to ask you guys because this one guy he said that Trump is not even taking payment from the White House. He's not taking any money from that. He because he don't have to because he's already a millionaire. So I just did a little research. So I'm gonna tell you guys some numbers. But what I do know is that, in my own opinion, that MAGA doesn't care what Trump does or whatever. They don't care. They ride or die and they totally loyal to him. So this is what I'm going to read off, and then I'm just going to ask you guys: Is he a genius in the fact that he's doing this or what? So in 2024, while Trump is in office, he earned $60 million from merchandise sales, including the Bible, purchased between $59 and $1,000, the fragrances between $200 and $250, the sneakers about $400, $500, the guitar, which I didn't know nothing about, from $1,000 to $1,150, the watches at about $100,000. The crypto that they got, their financial group, has made over 350 million in trades. It's saying that Biden profits is not made public, so we don't know what Biden made on that. And then it's talking about Obama did not make any money personally while he was in president as that. So was Obama not benefiting from trying to make some money? Biden probably made some money, but it's not made public. The numbers, Trump numbers are. So we all talk about Trump not being a good businessman, but he didn't made millions. So that's why he's not taking a salary. He's got this big old jet from Qatar or whoever it was from, I forgot. So
Qatar.
my question, you guys, is he really a businessman? Is he profiting from being president? So I'm just kind of throwing some things out there. These was the numbers that I got, how much money he's made since he's been president. And he's talking about kicking was it Garza out over there and putting a golf course over there or some shit like that. So is he really a mastermind at making money? Even
No.
though he's had several businesses that didn't fail, but now that he's the president, people are sucking and kissing and he's making money. So let me cover Rico first. Rico, is he a mastermind at it or what?
He is not, because this man has filed for bankruptcy 7 times with all of these different business ventures he has started. Think about this. He got his millions when his dad died, and he left each child a certain amount, and he stole the money from his brother's kids who died and passed away. Anything he has started on his own went bankrupt. But get this, what he is doing, he is manipulating uneducated white men who is then pushing that onto their families, and they stick together. He's fueling their fire. A lot of times, sure, Trump is a racist. They could say this and this and that, but that man loves himself over all, and he loves money. But once he figured I can go and I can say whatever the hell I want to these ignorant ass country, uneducated, dumbass hillbillies and get away with it, that's all he's doing. Uneducated people and other races, you have racist people like Stephen Miller who just hate us just because he's inadequate. He's pushing to them and they're buying his shit and they're propping him up. And as long as that he's making money from it, he's going to continue to spew that hate. I truly believe if they stopped and black people started cherishing him and told him that, hey, you got to stop talking like that, and they was giving him money, he'd turn on white folks. He would, because that man don't give a shit about nobody but himself. Who said earlier, self-preservation is everything? That's all he care about is himself.
All right, Poke Dog, what's up with it?
So when it comes to Trump, I think he's a very astute businessman. Like, bankruptcy sounds bad, but bankruptcy is how you don't pay bills and keep everything you got.
Agreed.
Like I also think that he's a good leader because a good leader knows to pull people around you that are going to make things happen, and he does that. I like what's his name? PayPal, Cash
Cash
App.
Patel.
The dude's name is Cash App.
Cash Patel.
Yeah. But his full name is Cash App.
Man,
No
Cash
shut
bullshit.
up.
I'm not
Damn.
playing.
I didn't know that.
His full name is Cash App. Now it ain't spelled like we would spell CASHAPP Cash App, but yeah, it phonetically it's the same shit. Cash App. Now, if you know how to hire somebody that's gonna brown nose for you, make what you want to do happen, that's smart. Now, is it good for me and you? No, it's not. No, it's not. But the dude knows how to put people in position to get what he wants. And that's smart leadership. Now, when it comes to business acumen, I wish I was Trump's business acumen. Whatever anybody feels about it. You think he's dumb as a box of rocks? I wish I was his dumbest box of rocks. You think he's rocket scientist smart? I wish I was rocket scientist smart. Because he got that money. Now, I will say that the inheritance part that Rico brought up, that is something, how do I say that? Matter of fact, white privilege. There we go. Perfect. Perfect example. To me, perfect example of white privilege. Old money getting transferred. Because when it comes to black people, most of our money is new money. But when it comes to Trump, I'll give him that's a perfect example of white privilege, being able to go to your father and say, hey, I need $2 million to open up this hotel. Now, that's a perfect example of white privilege, but the dude still knows how to handle business.
Right.
And this is without any moral compass. Let me say that clearly, without any moral compass, because if we're talking about doing things from either a godly perspective or a morally upstanding, upright perspective, then yeah, no, he's trash. Yeah, he's trash. We're talking about that.
Right.
You know, like even when like I can't remember what building it was, but he was kicking tenants out, and I feel like they just happened to be black, but because it was bad for business, he wanted to get rid of them, and it looked bad because they were all black. But if we're talking about, again, let's take out the moral part. If he's talking for dollar perspective, the man know what he be doing.
Okay. All right, Chris.
He's an idiot.
I love it.
Chris, let me say this before you say something else. But look at the numbers that I just read off. This guy is making money. They even have a cell phone bandwidth or some shit like that. You know, is that because he's the president? But like Poker said, bankruptcy is way to what he say, hide money, whatever. Because there's been a lot of black people that's then filed for bankruptcy. So Chris, what's up? Why is he an idiot?
He's an idiot.
A useful idiot.
Probably one of the brokest presidents we're probably ever going to have. He has a lot of net worth, but he owes a lot of people. A lot of people. Like he borrowed $600 million from Putin. He's an idiot. The one president that didn't make any money when you dig into who he really was, Barry
You
Sartori.
calling him by his real
One of the
name?
richest.
Who did you say?
You calling him by his real? Oh my God!
What was the name?
You know your agent just typed your name to go to the second level. You know that, right, Chris?
Wait, what
You know the
did he
federal
say?
agent that watches you just typed your name to go to the second level. You know that, right, Chris?
Pope, I've been doxxed to the point to where they've been calling my jobs, my wife's job,
I can't
and
believe you
everything
said that
else.
man's real name. That's crazy.
All in the house. It's all. When I try to produce information, now it's all. I'm willing to lay my life down because they bother me so bad they can't scare me or nothing. So we have to get down to the nitty gritty and tell the truth. Barry Barack Obama, on which he also called himself Barry on numerous occasions, has a really wealthy family. They're oil tycoon boys with bushes. They're like really close. His mama is balling out of control. Rest in peace. But he's probably gonna be your richest president ever. And I know it's gonna kill white people to hear
Damn it, Chris.
that. I
Chris.
mean, Donald Trump is broke.
Salute to you. Hat off to
He's
you,
an
my
idiot.
brother.
They are cousins.
Qatar wants their
What?
plane back.
They do.
They want their plane back because
Yeah, I
Israel
remember
just
Israel
hit
hitting
them.
them.
Yeah.
They specifically said we invited him over here because if we show him a show and we make him feel very important, he'll give us everything we want. He's an idiot.
I agree with that.
He's very selfish. He can't think about how he's run. Let's just look at. I'm glad you brought this up, Wizzo. Let's just look at the White House right now. This is like being
What?
in the
The
main.
main?
They selling used cars. They fighting. They messing with each other wives. Elon done got a black eye messing with that man woman. Kids in there talking disrespectful. You ain't the president. All during they in there high. Now Elon high. Then Elon done told it. He in the Epstein files. This is the manor.
You
This
talking
is
about
the
like
hood.
no? You from Houston?
No, he talking about where we live in we used to
No.
live in Temple. The project's called the Manor.
Oh,
Yeah, the manor. It's just a community, but it's for them to be in the White House, they selling used cars on the lawn. When y'all don't know the White House is selling used car, been the used car. this is hilarious. He in there starting stuff like making the band and running it
not
just like
making the band.
he got him to talk. What he tell that boy from Texas that he made that job too? You need to stand up to Elon. Now they in there fighting. He's sitting back laughing. Little kid telling him, "You ain't the president."
His son.
All in the microphone. Yeah. Elon's son, ex. Now Elon done
Stephen
messed with
Miller.
some man wife. That man done hit
Stephen
him
Miller.
upside his head. Yeah, Stephen Miller. That man done hit him upside his head. He got a black eye talking about X done did it.
It's a shit show. It's a shit show. Hey, wouldn't that if Barack Obama had all of that shit going on, Lord, he would have been impeached and removed from office.
Oh, yeah.
But because it's a white
3
man,
days.
it doesn't matter.
In 3 days.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, in 3 days. They'd have been able to go through the whole process in 3 days.
Oh yeah.
Think about how these white people had a fit about him wearing a tan suit.
Yeah.
They made a whole thing about this man wearing a tan suit.
That's all
Yeah,
they
they had a problem with Michelle actually looking like a damn attractive woman.
Yeah, because that's all they had. And when people hear me say fuck Trump, because I don't give a fuck about no Donald Trump, and it's just like you catch the diehard MAGA. They don't care nothing about no Biden. They don't care nothing about Obama. And this one guy told me, he say he voted for Trump because he's getting everything he wants because his policies, this policy, that policy. And I didn't get to ask him, but if Obama or Biden would have had those same policies, his ass would have voted for him because he diehard MAGA, and 100%. And Chris, what you finna say? And Chris, what you finna say?
He's an idiot. I mean, his sister even said it. He's an idiot. Y'all don't get it. Like, he's very vainglorious, and as long as you give him his way,
MAGA
you
don't
get
care.
your way. They don't. And MAGA, again, those people don't even realize how bad that they're in trouble. What if I told you that I heard they put a conversation of a dialogue up between Mitch McConnell,
Kevin
I
McCarthy.
can't remember who else it was. Did you see
About
that
going back to
conversation where they want to make white people slaves?
What? Wait a minute.
Mitch
I need one of y'all to say that so I can hear
Mitch
what he said.
Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy, their conversation was intercepted. Someone found out about their conversation. They want to put black people back in slavery, but they know they can't do it how they used to. right? So what they said they want to do is start when they're in elementary school to start having the black kids to start going out and work in fields so it becomes normal.
No,
And that's all that they would think they could
yeah,
do.
but they
Yeah.
didn't say they didn't say black kids. They said white
What?
No, I didn't.
kids. They said they already got it in plan. Why you think your your agricultural part done boosted up where they raising these
Yeah.
sheep and goats? They doing that at school for
Yeah.
the government.
I mean, if you think about the school in general, school is designed to indoctrinate you with being in prison. Think about what do you do in school that they don't do in prison. When we're in kindergarten, you see
Rico.
all the colors. When you get to like intermediate or junior high school, everything is white. There's walls. You have a mess hall where you eat. You have a rec yard, which they call PE. You go in class where you learn, and then they teach you some shit about shop or something like that. That's how school is. It's getting your mind okay with being inside those walls. That's what school is. Kindergarten and elementary school is the only grade levels where you see all the colors. After that, it's white and it's walls and you're boxed in.
Damn.
Think about
Hey,
it, you're
Mark,
indoctrinated. Most people just don't know it.
hey, Mark, thank you for tapping in, Mark.
They
We
don't know
appreciate
it.
our
Oh Lord,
comment
Mark.
up there. And I knew you would jump in sooner or later. So I never met you, but you always come strong with it. We know you diehard Trump, and
Yeah.
we appreciate you. But Big
What
Poke Dog
what
was fixing to say something, and then we're gonna see
It
what
was
Chris got to say.
um
it was Mark's message. Like, sir, what is your measurement for him to be the greatest president ever?
President.
What is your measurement? Like, and please make it something that everybody has the ability to use as a measurement.
He white. That's all they care about.
Oh,
White
shit.
is right.
So
I'm trying to
why?
figure out
So
what he
if that was
means.
the case, then why isn't George Washington the greatest president ever?
And
No, George Washington didn't spew hate.
you guys,
Hey,
this
we
the
need to see what
underlying
Chris
tone.
got.
This the underlying tone I'm getting because I grew up with these kind of people, right?
Mm.
So when he says black people are once again being held responsible for their actions, in order to hold me responsible for my actions, you have to have some kind of power, right, or authority. So he just assumes because he's white that they have the authority to hold me responsible. You ain't the law.
Mm, damn.
You get where I'm coming from? It's the assumption.
Yeah.
That damn Mark. I
Hey,
tell you what.
let me say this right quick, because I know Rico got to get out here, and we only gonna have a few more minutes. But Rico, do you want to go on and jump in on a closing comment? So if you have to jump off, because we only gonna be a few more minutes.
Hey, you know what? I normally have some positive to say to our people, but I'm gonna address Mark. He
Okay.
said black people are once again being held responsible for their actions. Mark, when are white people going to be held responsible for their actions? Let me see. Let's go back in time and see. Every action y'all have done, you have stolen, killed, and destroyed everything that you put your hands on. This country belonged to my people or indigenous people from the beginning. So how is it that you can come and tell people they don't belong here when you don't belong here? If we told you to go back to where you came from, where would you go? You have no country. You have what's called the Caucasus Mountains, which is where you came from. And if the Lord keep heating the planet up, you will eventually have to go back to. So once again, when are white people going to be held for their actions? You talk about black people being held responsible. White people need to be held responsible for their actions because you do nothing for society but steal, kill, and destroy it. And anytime that someone says the truth to you, you get offended because that is who you are. Y'all ain't shit. And I digress.
Can I piggyback off of that?
Go ahead, Chris.
I'm just gonna say because you said our actions, right? If I'm not mistaken, there were 4 HBCUs threatened by a group of people because a child was raised in a conservative home that taught him how to shoot. And then he didn't get his way in the home. And y'all know, if y'all don't know how, this is how white boys act when they don't get their way at home.
Yep.
They do everything contrary, and they try to make their family look as bad as possible. That's what that laying on the roof, laying that man out was about.
Yep. Yep.
My parents are conservatives. Conservatives don't believe like I believe, and I'm gonna have a temper tantrum. So in my temper tantrum, I'm gonna calculate my temper tantrum. It's gonna be a different temper tantrum. I'm gonna calculate it, and I'm gonna make the national news. And he did it. You got to think about if white people were held accountable for their actions. Why are we threatening HBCUs? We should be threatening other conservatives to stop teaching they crazy children how to shoot.
Yep.
They know that boy off. If I got a son I know's a damn fool, I'm not gonna teach him to be a better damn fool.
Look at that shit.
Hey,
Man,
Too much black crime.
is it my turn?
go ahead,
Is
Big Poke
it my
Dog.
turn?
Go ahead, Poke Dog.
Yeah. All right, Mark. So let's, because you done put a lot in the comments. So let's start with the economy. All right. So the GDP, that would be the end all be all of all measurements for the American economy. Now, I do not know when the last time you've checked the GDP, but we are on trash as far as increase for the GDP concerned. That would be the be all end all of the economy. Now, stock markets. Let's factor in inflation. If we factor in inflation with the stock markets, again, we talking about trash. And then you also mentioned criminals. I'm going to assume that you have been raised under white privilege and white supremacy standards. Because statistically speaking, if we're talking about crime as a whole, this means all crime, then 72% of all crime is committed by, I'm going to assume, someone like yourself. I'm going to assume you're white. I don't know, Mark.
Oh, he white.
I'm going to assume you're white. 72% of all, let me stress that, all crime is committed by white people. And I bet you if I go specifically, if I look it up and go for white men, it probably only dropped down to about 65%. That's a guess. But 72% is not a guess. 72% of all ALL crime is committed by white people.
Yep.
So those three things. So I've addressed the economy, the stock market, and crime. Those are the three things you just mentioned.
Yeah.
I'll wait on you, big homie.
Yeah.
But
hey, he ain't doing nothing. All he's doing is repeating something he heard Charlie Kirk say, or one of those people. He hasn't done actually any research. They believe what they see on Fox News. Fox News, if you look it up, Mark, it's not even a news channel. It says entertainment company. If you look it up, if it wasn't for President Reagan way back when, Fox News wouldn't even exist. They changed some rules in the FCC that basically said it's okay for you to lie. Yeah. That is the only Murdoch went to Reagan. A lot of people don't know this. Murdoch, the guy who owns it, went to Reagan way back in like the late 80s, and he asked them to change some things in the FCC so Fox News can be created. If you look it up, it doesn't say news. Look at CNN, MSNBC. They all says news. Fox News actually says entertainment company.
Yeah. And you know, I'll say this, that I've invited Mark on. Mark, I don't know what Chris said, because I know y'all usually roll like that. I've invited Mark on the show a couple of times, but he usually always get in the comments. And I've never met him, but hey, I appreciate your comments and your feedback. And I see what PM saying. Mark, I hope your sperm count is lower. You can't have children. So,
yeah, that's a low.
But, you know,
I ain't gonna wish that on you. I do wish you'd come up here and get some of this smoke, though.
No, he ain't gonna get that smoke pump.
Yeah, I do wish
gonna
you'd
come
up here
on
and get some of this smoke. I see you talking
my
about
whole life
things
is
made
based
up.
off of a lie.
Let me
Mark,
say this
I
right
see
here.
you talking about things that are made up, Mark. But
Mark,
I'll back up what I'm saying. I love statistics. It's one of my favorite things.
Yes.
Mark,
Matter of
I'm
fact, that's
gonna
why
say,
me and Rico, we get into that a lot about statistics. Yeah, because
Yes.
I like to use blackdemographics.com.
Yeah.
Black stats made by black people for black people. I'm on your ass, Mark.
Yeah.
Exactly.
that's it.
So,
We
so
read, Mark.
No Charlemagne.
yeah.
Hey, that was a good one.
But
That
That
was a
was
good
good. I
one.
like that. Hey, let me see what Chris got to say right quick, and
I
then I
was
know
just gonna
Rico
say,
get ready to
Mark,
go.
Yeah.
before we have this kind of discussion with me, just know I grew up with. So you can't really tell me about crime. It's just that when I was growing up with them, and they daddy was the judge and they uncle was the DA, who you think they gonna get in trouble?
Jimmy's getting more cancer.
Oh, let's take it to a whole nother level. I walk on the east side. I walk from 8th Street to 26th Street to my grandma's house. I just get randomly stopped. I don't know that I'm stupid. I don't know I shouldn't give him no information. That son of a gun tell me I'll see you when you're 18. So wouldn't you say that if the arrest record would go, if I was always in your neighborhood riding around trying to find something wrong, I'm gonna find what I'm looking for. So there's gonna be more arrests over there than I'm not gonna do my own neighborhood and find out what's wrong with my own neighborhood. I'm not gonna ride around there. If you think they selling dope in black communities worse than white communities and you white, you seriously are delusional and lying to yourself because they got the most money. Utah is in a state of emergency. It just came out of a state of emergency because of fentanyl. Number two was Dakota. Ain't nobody up there like that. The news ain't telling you that. See, but the problem is for crack, we smoke crack and we go to jail. You do fentanyl, you get to go to a mental institution and clean yourself up.
Yeah, now it's a national emergency.
Now it's a national
Now,
emergency.
now
You,
there's a cultural problem going
and,
on that we need to
and
address.
now
Like
you
you
need
say,
to
this
block
isn't
town on
criminal.
Mexico
It isn't
because there's too
criminal
much
problems that we're
fentanyl
addressing
coming
here.
in.
Like there's mental issues. These white people need some assistance.
Right. Yeah. Hey, let me say this right here, cause
I'm telling you.
Mark just throwing out some stuff, and once again, Mark, I mean, I appreciate everything you're throwing out there. We're not throwing out things without no facts. Cause when I told him a while back that Fox had to pay out a big settlement, and I couldn't remember what for, but it was for the voting machine deal or some shit like that. And he said it wasn't true, but it was. So, but Mark, hey, keep your comments
Please,
coming.
you and
But
me.
I need to go on because Rico is getting ready to go, so I need to get some closing comments from Rico and then closing comments from everybody. But Mark, hey, you more than welcome to drop in anytime. If you ever want to be a guest on the show, you already know, shoot me a message.
Yes,
And
please come
don't
get some of
don't
this
come by
smoke.
yourself. I'm sure you'll come with Chris, and we'll make sure that you get you get your word in because I have a panel for you. So don't be scared. And I'm gonna say this before I go to Rico close comment. I asked two other MAGA guys that I know that's diehard MAGAs to come on, and one of them said, am I gonna be on there, only one on there? I said, well, I don't know. It's gonna be other people, and I know they like Trump. The other one say, well, I want to come on, but I want to get my son to come with me. My point is, they ain't doing shit. They got to be off in their little pack where they got to be 2 or 3 or more. And when you catch that black person, he'll walk up and fight 5 white people, don't give a fuck. But that white person, he's gonna have to make sure he's got a gang of them or a pack of them before they address that one black one. History shows that, and it's been proven that all a good time.
They cowards.
Not Chris. I'm sorry, Rico. I know you're getting ready to go. We've been on a couple of hours, so let me get some closing comments from you. Mark and already broke camp. What's your closing comments there, Rico?
Hey, my closing comment goes back to what we were saying earlier. Look for my people. I'm not worried about Mark. This is for my people. You look like me. Look, yes, it may cost more. Yes, it may take a little bit of time. But in today's world, we are nothing if we don't have power. And our power is in our dollars, in our money. Invest and take your time and play, and not play, but spend your money in black-owned businesses. If it's not black, spend it in some type of minority-owned business, Spanish, Asian. Stop spending your money at these white people business, because we will never have any power as long as we can just continually spend our money over here with these people who hate you and will never do anything for you. Look at yourself in the mirror and say you need to do better, and you will do better. That's all I have to say.
No doubt. And before I go to my next person, I agree with that wholeheartedly. PM, we hate you didn't get to make it on, but hey, we appreciate you dropping in the comments. And you already know there'll be another part of Barbershop. This is episode 15, I believe. We will do another one, and maybe you'll be back in town. I'm glad that they didn't detain you, because you could probably pass for a little bit of Ocho Cinco coming across through that motherfucking goddamn airport shit. So I'm glad they didn't hold your ass up.
Sí se puede.
So with that being said, Rico, if you had to bounce, I understand, but I want to make sure that, and people gonna hear me say this again, buy black. Poke Dog then turned me on to several websites. We buy black. They have toothbrush, they have oil mouthwash, they got cologne, they have soap, they got a lot of stuff that's made for us. We need to start buying black and supporting one another. And with that being said, let me come over here to Chris.
Hey, wait, Wizzo, before I go, send me a message about the company that that's why I wrote it down, that sells the soap for our people.
Naspora. Naspora. Naspora.
I sent it to him too. Yeah.
Okay, just send it to me, Wizzo.
I sent it to you.
All right, man. Until next time, y'all be easy.
All right, Rico.
All right, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate
Tangerine Ninja.
Tangerine Ninja. Hey, Rico, make sure you send Seven a message, man. Go ahead, Chris. Closing comments. What you got, brother?
You muted.
Yeah, he got to get right.
All right.
What the hell you doing, Chris? He's showing me something, but I can't see it.
He's showing you that he black and he proud.
Can you hear me?
Okay,
I had to pick up the microphone. My microphone ran out of battery.
Oh.
I got these microphones. So,
yeah. What's your closing comments, brother?
My closing comments is kind of be rational and do a little discernment. When we say black death, what about white death? 98% of people in all homicides are done by friends and relatives. Doesn't matter what you look like.
This is true.
And I'm gonna tell you, this to me, this is a great time to be alive because of the exposure, and I think we gonna come out flying colors because the world love us. They all rapping.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody singing country music all over the world. Yeah. I'm very positive now. This is a great time to be alive because things are changing, and I think we on the upper hand.
Yeah.
And I'm like Wizzo. Let's just buy black, especially if you know it's somebody that you're related to.
Yeah.
I would say relatives. Me, I'm easy with it. I just started me a TikTok shop. If you on TikTok and you got something, if our friend about something and we can, I call my girl. She got a TikTok shop. I just tell her, baby, I'm finna buy this. So I go in her shop and buy it. She get a commission. When she get ready to buy something, she go in my shop and I get a commission. That's how we need to do each other. It's really not that hard. Oh, and what I really wanted to say was learn how money works. You never really have to spend your money if you learn how money works.
Yeah.
Put it like this. If I had 100 grand right now, I would put it in a high yield annuity. I would borrow it back from myself, and that 100 grand would still be making money, and I'd have the money out here.
Yeah.
And as long as I paid the interest, let's say it's gaining 8 to 10% interest on the index market, which barely fails, rarely. Mm-hmm. And I borrow from myself at 2% interest, that 8% gonna eat that 2 every month.
Yeah.
That's how money works. Once we start getting our kids into learning how money works, we can have us some what they call them fund. What's that fund baby they call them? What they call them?
Trust fund, baby.
Trust fund babies. That's what
Yeah,
That's what we need to be thriving to make our children trust fund babies.
Yeah,
I like that.
that's good. That's good. That's good info. Appreciate you
I
sharing
mean,
that. All right, that's what's up. Poke Dog, what's your
Yes,
closing
sir.
comments, brother?
So first off, let me give a couple of shout outs. I saw the partner Jay Aura in the comments. Want to shout
Yep.
out to him.
Yep.
Big homie from way back. Of course, the PM Lifestyle. Y'all, matter of fact, both of them. Look them up on YouTube. Jay Aura, PM Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Facebook, friend them, subscribe, follow, all of that. Like I want to say that first and foremost. Those are partners of mine. Much respect, and want to give them love anytime I can. Same thing with Chris and the people that came over here with him. Much love to you for engaging. That it always makes it more valuable when that happens. So I want to say that first and foremost. Thank you kindly for engaging, and to even Mark, you bigoted mother. But yes, thank you for engaging.
Yeah.
Let me get that out the way.
Already.
And I want to say, yes, buy black. Buy black. If there's nothing else you got from that, from us at the Barbershop Talk, we are talking about being black men taking positions to make sure that our community is able to grow and prosper as it should. Like, even if we've got different opinions about it, about the lean towards capitalism first, like Chris was saying, or lean towards the segregated, we are our own people, buy only for us in our own economic bubble. Either way, make it happen. Make it look black. Make it love being black.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure always to be with you, Wizzo. I love these things. Again, when we get together, it's sharp, it's steel, sharpen and steel, different opinions, but we always do it with love and respect.
No doubt.
And I appreciate that.
No doubt.
I am about to sign off. I'm getting these streets. Everybody, the whole family, love, peace, and soul grease.
That's what's
already.
up. We appreciate you there. Also, Big Poke Dog. And my closing comments would just be, Poke Dog, if you got to go ahead and log off, that's cool. I appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate you giving a shout. Appreciate you always being available. And more importantly, I'm glad you got some bandwidth so your ass can be up in this. Shit.
I had to pay for it, but yeah.
I thought I was going to have to mail you some goddamn bandwidth or something. Poke Dog, nothing but love for you, though, bro. You always answer the call, so I appreciate your whole heart.
Sir.
And I'm going to say this here, buy black. If you need the website, Poke Dog then hook me up. I have websites to them. Just look up We Buy Black, and a lot of places come up. We need to start supporting ourselves and our own and start supporting one another. We've been giving the other side a whole lot of money on chemicals and different things that's not made for us. Let's buy black. And then the last thing I'll say is that, to this Charlie Kirk guy, whatever, which I don't know that guy. I don't really feel sorry for him. Whatever happened to him, happened to him. And it's been a whole lot of, we supposed to care about him when they don't care about ours. So I'm just saying, fuck him. Until you worry about ours, then I'm not going to worry about yours. And what black people are doing right now, they out line dancing. So they just having a good time.
Yes, sir.
They're not worried about that shit. They stand in their own lane and they having a good time. With that all being said, guys, this is your boy Paul Wizzo saying love, peace, hair grease. I don't know, I just made that shit up. This Paul Wizzo saying, holla at your boy. If we see